Hello and welcome to Michelle McDaniel. After Dark. Ladies, I'm sure you have heard because there's an epidemic going around. Men are no longer approaching us women. Apparently, men are sick of it. Men are sick of the whole Instagram girls taking videos of them in gyms or any other time that they glance at them, and they are done talking to us. So this is a follow-up of a few things that I noticed from my last video of the woman that was in the gym talking to herself, set up a whole tripod, has a microphone and everything, and a man glanced at her for 3 seconds, and she flipped her. Few comments that I got, and I always get this whenever we talk about, IG girls freaking out about a man staring at them. I get some of you men, and I love you guys, but you guys are always like,
well, this is why us men don't go up to women anymore. This is why all of you guys just judge us. We can't even open doors for you anymore because of women like that, so we're done.
You guys are probably wondering why I have Abba and Preach in the thumbnail. That's because when I looked at their video, that's something that Abba or Preach said. I still don't know their names or which name goes with who, and I watched them.
I'm Preach. He's Abba. Yeah. Sorry. If you're unaware, the black one's Preach and the blacker one's Abba. The one who gets bitches, Preach. The one who gets more bitches, Abba. But you guys know, right? Preach, Abba. All right. Everything's clear? All right. It's literally Abba and Preach. It goes left to right. Abba, Preach. That's why we literally stand here, because it's just easier.
Not because of... Oh, wait, that's the same. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Abba, Preach. It's literally in the photo. Abba and Preach. If it was the other way around, I would have said Preach and Abba. You get me? A lot of people don't like this. This whole approaching thing, throw that shit out the window. I'm going to say it now. Take it and throw it in the trash.
Chuck it.
Women will complain, hey, the men don't approve. I don't give a fuck.
And I got a lot of that in my comment section from you adorable men. Men should stop looking at them, stop talking to them, and ignore these bitches. Treat them like they are not there. See how they like it. And you know me, I always have to say my opinion about little things that catch my eye. And I have to say, what are you men talking about? As a female, born female, got the goods down here, I have not noticed a decrease in the men coming up to Michelle section of my life. In fact, I've noticed an increase. And I personally would think that it would be decreased with the amount of men saying, we're just not going up to women anymore.
Okay, this is like people saying it's snowing where I am because it's snowing where I am, global warming doesn't exist. What are you talking about? Just because you don't see it as an hyper attractive woman,
You kind of look good.
just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not actually happening. You have to think, what are the stats out right now? How many people are actually checking out of dating? If you look at all the studies, men as a whole have been checking out of dating in large numbers. In fact, this has been one of the most recent findings. What is it? 69% of men report being single, where only 34% of women report being single. It was like 51% of men say they lost all interest in dating altogether, in large part because it feels unwelcoming, because they feel like, so it doesn't matter what your personal experience is, even if you want to go off of that. What the numbers show is that men as a whole have been approaching a lot less. And the very few times that they do choose to do so, they just do it on online dating.
It sounds like you guys are trying to start a movement. You guys just don't want to talk to women anymore. Fine with me. When I'm out of the house, I want to get out and get right back in. But as a woman, I haven't noticed a decrease. I don't want to sound like I have a very big head, but when I go out, I usually get talked to. So I'm just trying to figure out who are you talking about? Like, what men don't go up to women anymore? Because I have not had an issue. In fact, I don't think any of my friends or women in the comment section of that video, and possibly this video, have noticed a decline. Ladies, speak up. Have you noticed a decline of men not talking to you? Stop right there. Some of you women are like, Michelle, I never get talked to. It's okay. I would talk to you.
I thought you said, it's okay, you're ugly. I thought she was about to rip her audience.
That was about to be grand, though.
But at least the women who, people tend to come up to you and compliment your appearance. Have you noticed a decline? I have not, and I've been talking to an array of women. My mom just called the other day. She's 60 years old, and young men, older men will come up and talk to her. I've talked to a lot of my older clients. They're like, Michelle, this 30-something-year-old talked to me yesterday. This older man talked to me the other day. There's no decline. I don't know what, I think you guys are just saying certain things to make you feel better, or maybe frighten us women, oh no.
Okay, I want you to think about this. The ones who are harassing you probably don't care about being labeled thus much as a harasser. The ones I'm talking to are the dudes who are actually half decent but don't know how to progress or don't know how to move forward. The ones who are very nervous about the prospect and try once and never want to try again. I'm not talking to the average dude who's sitting on a construction site and be like, hey baby, you can't talk to those fucking losers. I'm talking about the average man who doesn't do this. You have to imagine the guy who went up to you and felt that comfortable. That's not the average man. The average man does not approach women. I know this because I see all these nerds like, I don't even know how to say hi to a girl. I don't even know how to say anything to a girl. So the ones that you're talking about are the hyper, either like socially retarded who don't give a fuck about any social cues, or the guys who want to make you uncomfortable. They don't give a shit. They're going to call it to a respected. Those are not the people I'm talking to.
Usually in public, I don't really have time to have a conversation. I go to the grocery store and the gym, two places I don't normally stop and have a full conversation with people. Here's the thing, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying you men that say, you know, this, I'm just not gonna talk to women anymore. I'm just done. I don't believe it. Especially if there's someone that's very attractive, put together. I feel like a lot of guys will just be kind of drawn in that direction, or at least, you know.
Okay, guys who are watching right now, okay? There's a small portion of you that see an attractive woman and have the courage enough. The vast majority, be honest, do you guys have the balls to go up to a woman you think is very hot and say hi to her or to say anything to her? I get DMs every single day from guys being, I have no idea how to talk to her. I'm too scared. I think I'm going to look stupid. That's most men. And that's how I think women don't understand the experience of men. They see themselves being bombarded with attention and think all men are constantly after them, not realizing of the men who approached them, there's maybe 100 other who noticed her and didn't say a word or didn't have the courage to come up to them. You know, like when a hot woman's in a club, she'll have like guys coming up to her throughout the night. Best believe there's a whole slew of other men who didn't have the balls to go up to them. And that's most men.
And they got noticed. If you were visited by 4 guys in one night, most guys saw you.
Yep.
Most guy in that club saw you.
Indeed.
But you got 4 guys that came up to you. That means that if everybody that noticed you and thought you were attractive actually went to you, it would have been a lineup.
It would have been a lineup.
It would have been a whole ass lineup. You would have been you'd have to change your face with the bathroom side.
How about I tell you this? The first guy went down up to you, got shot down. The other ones went, that's not gonna be me.
Yeah, other people noticed.
I want to maintain my self-esteem and not kill myself tonight.
Mm-hmm. When one guy approaches a girl, you have to understand that we act like we don't know this. We know this. Yep. And we try to see where this shit is going. And I could tell you, there's some people, okay? There's half of the guys that are gonna be like, God damn it worked. And other guys that are not able to approach are gonna be like, yeah, you get that, boy. Good for me. Have one stroke for me, bro.
You know
Have
what?
one stroke for me,
You know
bro.
what? You know what? My roommate, he's a performer and he's worked as a bouncer. Let me go get one second. Yo, Bradley. Yo, can you put on a shirt and come here real quick? Just answer the question, okay? This guy just woke up, so he doesn't know what we're talking about. Okay? Okay, let me ask you real quick. You've worked at nightclubs.
Yeah.
You've been a performer.
Yeah.
You watch people in the nightclubs approaching women all the time.
Yeah.
Tell me, when you're in the club, do most guys have the courage to go up to women?
No. No, it is.
La majorité des gars, tu les vois, ils font juste rester là, ils dansent entre eux.
vrai.
Yeah, they don't actually do any approaching, right?
Non.
Parce qu'il y a une femme qui dit, oh, j'ai pas l'impression que les hommes, ils ont peur d'approcher. I don't see that. I don't see men are afraid. But, tu sais, there's a certain kind of guy generally who goes up and approaches women. Yeah. You see it in the club. You can tell the difference, right? Yeah. And you also see, okay, when you're in the club and you see a woman reject a guy, do you think you see a... Why do you think most of the guys don't approach the women?
Rejection. They feel the rejection.
Yeah.
So they don't go.
And
that's it.
Then answer your question that you said. Once you see one nigga get rejected.
No, but me, I'm gonna try it anyway. So
that's you.
I mean, pause.
Because that's your. You're 7'9".
Yeah. Anyways, my roommate, he's a dancer. I'll put up his Instagram below if you want to go follow him.
Everybody gonna get it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to come over though. Bradley, don't invite any of these ladies.
Okay. But the thing is, yeah. Once one guy get rejected, there's some guys that are gonna be like, yeah, let me go in. It's my turn. Yeah. I'm gonna use something else.
So when she says this and like, I don't believe that men wouldn't approach a beautiful woman, it's because you don't understand the male experience. And this is not me coming at you to try to chew off your head. I think most women don't understand the male experience. The same way I think a lot of men don't empathize with the fact that for women, the reason why they're so defensive in a nightclub when 10 dudes come up to them is because those women are tired of being approached. Sometimes they just want to be with their girls. Sometimes they're just tired of being looked at as a sexual object. So when 30, 40, 50 dudes approach them, after the 50th one's like, yo, get the fuck away from me. And it's understandable. We're having a thing where we're not understanding the other's experience, and then we're arguing against the caricature of what we perceive them as, rather than the reality, which is most men are lonely and lack the courage to approach a woman.
And you have to understand that for women, that's what I understand. You know what I mean? What I had to look out for.
Yeah. Because you worked at a club.
Yeah.
Okay, as a bouncer.
Yeah. The thing that you have to understand is that the club experience for women it's men and women, but women is very different, right? It's aggressive.
Yeah.
A club is aggressive. Loud music, you don't know what, because of the loud music, you don't know what's gonna, like your sense or a big disturb, right? So someone rub up on you, touches you, it's very aggressive. Like, especially if you don't you don't necessarily have the power to, there's a little bit of fear in there, whatever and whatnot. So on top of that, you got people approaching you like, hey, it could be it could be a lot. So that's where the rejection also comes from. It can come from because the experience can be very aggressive.
Have you walked around Walmart? I have. Not many people looking put together. It's one of my comfort areas of, I can look like shit because everyone else is, so I'll blend in. But honey, when I don't blend in at Walmart and I actually get all like this little 18-year-old man, I guess I'll call him a man. I feel like he's a boy still, but what's chatting me up? Men will run to open doors for me. Like I said, I don't want to sound like, oh, look at me. So many people doing my bidding, but it's just something that I wanted to talk about because I see all these men in my comment section, Evan, Preach, a lot of guys that talk about, the girls in the gym, upset that a man is talking to them, saying,
I'm never gonna talk to women. This is why we don't open doors anymore. And you women want to say chivalry is dead. It's your fault.
I haven't noticed that chivalry has been dead. I've noticed an increase of freaks.
I feel like I should just do a compilation of TikToks of women complaining that men don't approach them anymore.
Can we talk about how good men will sometimes not approach a woman that he's interested in simply because he's trying to be respectful? And he definitely does not want to be seen as a creep.
Why do pretty girls sometimes never get approached by guys?
They're terrified. They're terrified. Every time I'm put together, every time I feel confident, tell me why no guy would approach me.
And what they mean when they say men don't approach them anymore is not that no men approach them anymore. It's that men that they actually find endearing. Because much like you said, the people who approach you when you go to Walmart or when you're out in public are generally ugly, unappealing dudes. So when people say men don't approach me, it's the people who actually have things going on in their life. It's mostly going to be degenerates who are going to come up to you. Why? Because men who have their shit together understand, one, it's generally not worth the risk to go up to women. Whether you like it or not, if I actually have something to lose, I'm not going to spend most of my day trying to approach ladies or going up to them or chatting them up. Why? Because I can go on Tinder and probably get much better results at a safer pace. So when we say men don't approach women, we're not talking to degenerate losers who spend all day at home doing nothing. We're talking to people who have something to actually lose by fear of women rejecting them loudly or being really aggressive or calling them a creep. Those are the actual men that you're scaring off.
I'm gonna talk for me. I didn't say that people are not going out more. I said that you shouldn't. You shouldn't. I was agreeing with, you know what? Stop going. Stop doing that. Stop going out there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to hit you up at the gym. Don't do that. Go train at the gym. Don't do that. Oh, I'm gonna try to hit you up at the Don't do the approaching. Get your shit together, work out, do your thing, better yourself, and people around you will come up, I guess. But the going out thing, don't do it.
Yeah. But other than that, that's it from us.
Do you think, Michelle?